What's up? Political Sports Gamer here, and I got an opinion piece about Aaron Rodgers. Please subscribe, like, and comment on this video. This is the beginning of the end for Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. And this is not like an overnight decision. This has been going on for the past 4 years, and I'll discuss. Let's start in 2018. When the Packers got rid of Mike McCarthy. Rodgers was probably so mad at this because he was a big fan of Mike McCarthy and the offense that he ran. And they hired Matt LaFleur, which was in contrast to Mike McCarthy. Matt LaFleur was mostly more of a running game, short passes. Mike McCarthy let Rodgers run and gun all over the place. And Rodgers, of course, liked that because there wasn't much running involved. It was just mostly all passing for the Green Bay offense. And it was very successful. They won a Super Bowl. They've been to the playoffs many times. And I know you're saying with Matt LaFleur, they've gotten an awesome record. They've been to the playoffs. They haven't had much success, but they've been to the playoffs. Then in 2020, they drafted Jordan Love. And Rodgers knew his time was almost up in Green Bay because when he was drafted, Brett Favre was there, and even though the fans loved Brett Favre, he was getting older. His arm wasn't quite there, and Rodgers knew he was going to take over. Brett Favre did have some good years in Minnesota and a bad year with New York Jets, and Rodgers came on and is having a Hall of Fame career. So when they drafted Jordan Love, Rodgers knew his time was coming to the end in Green Bay, and he wasn't happy at all. But credit to him, the last couple of years, he's having MVP years. He wanted to be traded at the end of last year. He wanted out of Green Bay. But for some ungodly reason, Green Bay didn't want to get rid of him. They kept him. I thought they were going to have a trade to Denver, but it didn't happen. I don't know why. Did you guys know why? I have no idea why. And so coming into the season, Rodgers had a huge chip on his shoulder between Mike McCarthy drafting Jordan Love and now this. In my opinion, really despised the Green Bay management and the GM. So as you can see from this year, the Green Bay is doing bad at 4-7. And I know what you're gonna say is they get rid of the wide receivers, and Rodgers basically has no one to throw to. But as Tom Brady knows, you don't really have to have great receivers to be successful in the league. So I wouldn't give that as an excuse. But if you see, they had a lot of close games this year. They lost to some bad teams. And he made some good plays in the games, but you can see in critical moments, he either throws an interception, takes a big sack, or throws it nowhere near the receiver when it mattered the most, and they lost those close games. And you can see that Rodgers, he's having the worst year that I can remember. I've had him in fantasy football for many years before. I always wanted to pick him, and he was awesome every single time. This year, for some reason, as I explained, he's not having a good year at all. They're running more, and when he does pass, it's these mid-range shots. Christian Watson's finally starting to, I know he's a rookie, he's finally starting to make a name for himself, and he's finally catching some balls, but every catch he catches is a touchdown, and that's about it. Rodgers needs a mid-tier possession receiver. So I think this is his last year with the Green Bay. And my prediction for 2023, he's going to be a Vegas Raider, guaranteed. And he's going to be like when Manning went to Denver. He's going to shatter records, I think. He's going to be passing all over the place. He's going to be rekindled with his beloved Davante Adams, and they're going to explode. Davante Adams is probably frustrated as heck with the way the Raiders are playing right now with David Carr. So he'd probably hug Rodgers when he gets there. So that's my prediction. Rodgers is going from Green Bay. He's going to Vegas. They're going to contend with Kansas City, maybe even win the division and get pretty far in the playoffs, maybe even make a Super Bowl if they could get a little better defense. And so what do you guys think? Think he's going to stay in Green Bay? Think he's going to go to Vegas? Or you think he's going to go somewhere else? Comment below. Subscribe. Thanks. See ya.